Troop attention. Guys. Color guard, advance. Post the colors. Scout salute. You join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Join me in the Scout oath. Scout is trustworthy and loyal. I'll do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to live in Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. 2. Close guard. Post. Troop at ease.
We got our captain's aid. You know that one?
The oyster and the eagle. When God made the oyster, he guaranteed him social security. He built the oyster a house, a shell to protect him from his enemies. When hungry, the oyster simply opens his shell and the food rushes in. But when God made the eagle, he said, "The blue sky is the limit. Go build your house." So the eagle went and built his house upon the highest mountain, where storms threatened him every day. For food, he must fly through miles of rain and snow and wind. The eagle, then, not the oyster, is the symbol of scouting's highest award.
Thanks, Noah. I'm Steve Hartman. I'm the Scoutmaster of 773. Welcome to our Winter Court of Honor. Great to see such a great turnout, and we've got a lot to be proud of since we met in September. So thanks for coming. I'd like to start by bringing up Greg and Alex, because this is actually. Can you guys step up here for a minute? And I'm going to turn this meeting over to Alex in a minute. But as many of you know, we have 2 SPLs this year. They're both elected by the boys, and the way they divvied up responsibilities is that they talked about and decided that one would take the first half of the year and one would take the second half of the year. And we're right at that point now. So Greg's last act as SPL was leading the troop at the Klondike Derby. And Alex's first act is presiding tonight at this Court of Honor. So I want to say thank you to Greg. You did a nice job in the first half of the year. I really appreciate it. And I'd like you guys to give him a big hand. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Alex Zary now, who's going to be leading the troop in the second half of the year.
All right, so we're going to start off tonight's Court of Honor by doing some rank advancements. So we're going to start off with Tenderfoot Scouts. We're going to call you up all at once, so if you could please hold your applause until the end. Let's make sure this happens this time. So they were certified on January 14th. We're going to call up Eric Brown, Andreas Mayer, Riley McGuire, Dylan Shaw, and Alex Melson.
Let's give him a big round of applause. All right, so next we're going to do first class scouts. And they were certified on October 8th. We're going to call Brandon Lee. Next rank is Star Scout, and he was certified on January 14th, Noah Lotwin. Turn on here. Stand for a minute so they can take your picture. Well done. And we have a Life Scout who was certified on October 8th, Kevin McGuire. Turn around, stand here. Notice the sash on our new Life Scout. So now we're going to move on to merit badges, and these are just badges that we've collected since the fall Court of Honor with our merit badge makeup days, and I think we have the cinematography. I think that's how I don't know if that one's being earned here, but we have the final requirement happening right now. So we're going to call up for personal management, Max Anstein. Danny Ely with personal management. Gino Manuelides with citizenship in the community and cooking. David Fu with personal management. Ryan George with emergency preparedness, environmental science, and personal management. Will Hartman with citizenship in the community, cooking, and personal management. Nick Mason with cooking, electricity, and personal management. Kevin McGuire with personal management. Wesley Richter with cooking. Dylan Shaw with environmental science.
CJ Snow with cooking. Alex Zerna with camping. So we had a junior leadership training session during the first year camp out, and we had all these guys who were trained in their position to be a leader in the troop and to be able to be able to lead the younger scouts, lead and train the younger scouts. So with that, we're going to call everybody up. We're going to start with Max Anstein, Aaron Bach, Charlie Butchko, William Campbell, Wesley Chung, Dino Manuelides, David Fu, Chris Guchik, Ben Hartman, Will Hartman, Kieran Kindig, Layman Lay, Greg Lindrisky, Brendan Lee, Noah Watland, Kevin McGuire, Zachary Moore, Matthew Rivera, Daniel Slexer, Dylan Shaw, and CJ Snow.
You guys, Robert, stay up here. Stay up here till you get it, and then on. And listen, we should really explain. Mr. Schlexer did this during the first year camp out, and it took an afternoon. You know, normally we limit it to really, the older guys, sort of patrol leader and above, but we opened it up and made it open to everybody who was not a first year. And we had a bunch of these guys who were helping the first years, and I thought the whole thing worked out well. So first, thank you to Jim Schlexer, and then a good job to the boys too for that.
All right, so next we had the Klondike Derby, which unfortunately wasn't at, but I heard we did really well, and our boys were able to bring home a trophy. So congratulations to you guys. We have the Klondike Derby badge to present to you, and I think it's the Polar Bear Award. Polar badge. Okay. So we're gonna call you up by patrol here. So the Hun Patrol: Eric Brown, David Fu, Chris Guchik, Will Hartman, Layman Lay, Daniel Knox, Greg Lichneski, and Greg Lichneski.
So the polar bear patch, you guys, is what the kids get for a night out when it's below freezing, below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And these guys have the distinction of, they should really get it for, maybe 2 separate polar bear patches, because it was cold both nights. On Saturday night, it was 17 degrees up there when we went to bed. And so these guys earned their polar bears in spades this year. You want to call up the next guy? I think we can sort of dismiss these guys, bring up the next one, and then we can do the trophy separate. Is that all right?
So for the next patrol, the Moose Patrol, we have Vincent Barnabas, William Campbell, Scott Jane Guinness, Andrew Knox, Brandon Lee, Andreas Mayer, Zachary Moore, and Michael Zhang. Yes, that's it.
All right. All right. So not only did the Scouts brave the cold weather, but we have some adults that we're willing to give up their weekend to spend it with the guys out there. So if we could have Miss Knox come up, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Knox, and Mr. Hartman. Please come up. Chris, where are you? Oh, there you are. Come on. All right, so we said that our boys were able to bring home the trophy. I'll have these two explain what that is and where. Oh, there it is. So you guys can talk about that, right?
All right. So every year at the Klondike, there's a big race on the second day. This year, we won first place in that race.
Oh.
Race. So we ended up going in when they were actually doing the second heat of racing. So we basically got a bye for the first phase. But then we ended up actually winning the overall race. And that's bring home this giant trophy.
And actually, there are two parts of it. There's a cheesy star that says Klondike Derby Sled Race Champ, which goes to the patrol leader of the winning patrol. And then there's this, made by a longtime scouter as a labor of love. It says Klondike Derby 2014 Sled Race Champs, and the reason that Andrew is up here is because he was the acting senior patrol leader at the time we won it. And so we'll give Chris that one, and we'll give that one to Andrew, and you guys can give both these guys and all the rest of them a big hand for their work. Good job. You can put that someplace. You may not want to mar the Eagle ceremony, so you can put that out of the way. We got a little bit, Greg. We got a little bit more hardware too. We got. I'm going to present this to you, Greg, to put on our flag. Klondike Derby Boy Scouts of America Award of Merit and Honor. So we can add that to our ribbons. Also, we got one more for this year, which I might as well do now. Potomac District NCAC Chair's Commendation Award for Recruiting from 2013 to 2014 for gold level recruiting and timely turning. So, yeah. If it seems like it's going to take some time, you can go ahead and do that, and we'll keep going at the same time. Okay, with that, I think we're up to our friends of scouting presentation. Don Kilgore, director of the Potomac District. He's a professional scouter, one of the few, working for our district. I just met earlier tonight. This is Don. He's gonna give a Friends of Scouting presentation, and if you want help from the scouts, Alex can help you.
Just make sure everything.
And you're welcome to use the microphone or to be down here. Up to you, Don.
I'll just stand down here. Thank you guys for allowing me to come back. I was here last year, and this was actually my first presentation in the Potomac District. Just came over from Alexandria, Virginia, where I served the Colonial District for 2 years. Previous to that, I was in the Prince George's County District, which is all of Prince George's County. And before that, I was actually in the Greater Pittsburgh Council. Greater Pittsburgh Council had a special program. I got involved in it right out of college, which was called Scout Reach, where I got to be a Scoutmaster, a Cub Master, a Venture Crew Advisor, and serve about 15 units every week to at-risk youth. So I really became passionate about what scouting was. I was in Cub Scouts. I went from Tiger up through Weeblos, My family moved in 6th grade and I lost my troop and never heard about scouting again, so I always like to challenge you guys who are in uniform tonight to grow your troop. Ask your friends, brag about what you're doing, because there's a lot of cool things and there's a lot of reasons why kids want to be involved in scouting today. It's my honor to present you guys with the 2014 athletics, so probably your first one for 2014. Good to see you. You said that proudly.
Terrific.
Like I said, you guys are a major contributor to what we do well in Potomac District. Between the program, your Eagles that will be awarded later today, and for everything you do week in and week out, I want to thank all the adults and parents who are here tonight. Potomac District was recognized in the Northeast region 2 weeks ago in Hershey, Pennsylvania, for being the top district in the Northeast region, because we were the only ones to recruit more kids than we had in 2012, raise more money than we did in 2012, and start more units than we did in 2012. We ended the year with +5 in units, starting the first veterinary science Explorer Post, which the grand opening will be at the McCaw facilities in Olney, Maryland on March 1st. We currently have 40 kids that signed up for that program, and the first Performing Arts Explorer Post with a group called Impact. So we have co-ed groups, 14 to 20, exploring veterinary science and performing arts. The only ones in the National Capoeira Council to claim those. We recruited 56 kids over what we did, so we had a plus 1.6 growth in membership, which was hard to find across there's only 3 other districts in our council out of 22 districts to do that, and we were the only ones to raise our combined Friends of Scouting gifts. So great for us. You know, we led, but it's a scary statistic when you think about the 22 other districts. We had a nice donor from within the Washington, D.C. area to make up for that gap, somewhere around $750,000 that we weren't able to raise by giving out to community vendors or to families last year. And like I said, we were the only ones to raise our combined goals. Thank you guys very much. I feel like Peyton Manning going into the office, but unless we can do it again this year, you know, we're just one of the teams that got eliminated in the playoffs. So with your help, I'm asking you once again to be so kind to make a donation to Friends of Scouting. What the Scouts handed out is really just a pledge card. I don't need money tonight. I don't need checks tonight. I don't need credit cards tonight. You can put that information on here, but you can also make a pledge. Pledges can be made for the next 11 months of the year. We're almost out of January, believe it or not. So for the next 11 months, if you can make a donation, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 40 bucks a month to help us grow this program, I would definitely appreciate you guys considering that. Fair share amount, what I am personally responsible for raising for every kid, so 3,556 kids, is $200 a kid. If I can't get that from a parent or an adult at the meetings, then I go out into the community. If I can't do it at the community, we go to a Montgomery service area, and then if we can't do it there, then the council helps raise these funds. Every kid will be funded. That's our guarantee to keep the program costs low. The $24 that's paid for registration goes to the national office. The $12 for Voice Life goes to the national office. What we get here tonight stays in council. This helps keep Goshen up and running. This helps keep our insurance policy on all of our youth and adults. This helps keep Camp Snyder, our American Scout Services Center, and the professionals that serve the 22 districts. That's how we keep our program running, and that's how we're successful in being what many believe is the flagship council in the nation. So please consider a gift tonight. I'm going to be here all night. I'm definitely going to be watching Court of Honor. And at the end of this program, I'll be in the back. So if you can fill this out tonight, if you do have checks or cash that you'd like to put in here, you do so. But like I said, it's really just a pledge card. For everybody who makes a donation, these definitely work better with Cub Scout groups. But I will give the Scout, or as many kids as you have, a little flashlight and but a whistle, you know, you never need an emergency whistle until you need an emergency whistle, then you're glad you have one. So please consider a gift of $200. That is a fair share amount. If you could do that, you can break it over the next 7 months, that's $20 a month. If you can't, where we fell short last year is 18% of our families contributed. The other 80% didn't give anything. And if those 80% would have given what they could, $10, $5, $20, whatever it is, we could make up that gap of that $750 that we missed out on. So I'll be here all night. I'll be in the back of the room. This is an investment in scouting's future. Jim gave me that pointer last year after my presentation. This is an investment. The kids here tonight are here because somebody invested years ago to let us put flyers in the schools or pay for that. And we are a nonprofit, so we do rely on every dollar. I'll be in the back of the room. If you guys have any questions, don't shy away from me just because I'm asking for money. I am your professional. I do care about the program. I do care about every unit. Leadership, I do care about timely turn-ins with membership. So come talk to me. I'm glad to talk about what other great things we're doing in the district. So thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Don. Okay. We're almost at the end of our regular Court of Honor. Then we'll have a 10-minute intermission, and that'll be a good time to talk to Don Kilgore if you'd like, and then we'll start our Eagle Court of Honor. You know, we're up to the Scoutmaster Minutes and announcements. My Scoutmaster Minute is really, I went to the Klondike this year, and I was really sick. And you know, I was sneezing the entire time up there, and I seem to go every year, and it seems like a lot of work, and you rush out on a Friday night. But by Sunday, I was really energized by the whole thing. I mean, seeing these guys, you know, take care of each other and do a good job, you know, putting food on the table, right? We had Lane Lee and Michael Zhang were the cooks. And it's hard to cook 3 meals a day on Saturday and a meal on Sunday, because they got to take off their gloves to hook up the stove. You got to take off your gloves to you know, to open cans. And you know, none of them came to me and said, "I want to go home. I need to go home." None of them came to me and said, "I really need to get in the Knox's camper because I can't feel my fingers." You know, and I think that the kids who went, you know, really are able to sort of hold their heads up and say they lived outdoors for, you know, between 36 and, you know, 42 hours or so, and that's not an easy thing. But in a way, I think that the Klondike is both a good test for them as individuals and a good test for them as units, because you know, the older guys did a good job making sure the younger guys were okay. And you know, I think there's one patrol on the second night. They slept the entire patrol in one tent because it was a lot warmer there, and which I thought was pretty smart. Anyway, that's my Scoutmaster Minute. Was you know, for those of you guys who didn't come on the Klondike, you missed out, because the rest of us had a really good weekend. In terms of announcements, a couple of things. Looking back, you know, this is our calendar, and the last time we were here for Court of Honor was the end of September. We've done a lot of stuff in October and November and December. And when you look at all those merit badges represent not only achievements by the kids, but, you know, work by adults. So all those guys that got personal management, that's all care of Dendra and Guinness, who gave these, you know, put these guys through their paces and made sure they met all the requirements. I'm going to just mention a few names, but, you know, I thank all the adults who helped out in ways large and small, from you know, staying after for the 5 or 10 minutes so that the last kid who gets picked up at 9:05 or 9:10. We'll have, you know, 2 parents and 2 adults there to wait with them, because I'll wait and the other parent will too. And you know, the Knoxes who organized the Klondike Derby, and Melanie Mason who organizes all of those boards of review, and, you know, Matthew and Katie Nagy who are running the Cinematography Merit Badge. That's that camera you see over there, and it's got about, you know, 15 of these guys fully engaged to get them Cinematography Merit Badge. You know, our Rookie of the Year, Andy Mayer, who's come in as a parent of a first year and done a terrific job getting helping to get the first years through tenderfoot, second class, and first class. requirements. You know, the Schlechers who do so much. Paul Lunsford organized the ship camp out. Dan Ladd, who organized one backpacking one, and has another backpacking one coming up for January. You know, thank you to those who've helped, and you know, we can always use more. We've got a bunch more activities, and we need folks to pitch in all those same ways going forward. Let's do a thanks for everybody. In terms of upcoming events, do we have Mark Anstein or Manna Lancaster to put in a plug for the ski trip? All right, I'll do it then. On the last day of February and the first day of March, we've got a ski trip to Seven Springs. It's the same trip we did last year. We've rented a couple of condos, and it's, you know, it's a very good place to ski because the conditions last year were terrific. It's a nice mountain. It's a little less bare bones and rudimentary than Timberline, and so I would urge all the kids to sign up for it. And for parents, it's a fun one to chaperone because you ski for a couple of days. We'll cook in the condos, save a little bit of money, and I guess the other part is. Karen Butchko is organizing a Snow Sports Merit Badge for any of the scouts who are pretty decent skiers or decent snowboarders who don't have that merit badge. We've had scouts get that every year, and it's a fun one to get. In the morning on Saturday, you do a little clinic where it's basically for $25 you're getting essentially a semi-private lesson with the other scouts, and then in the afternoon, those scouts who the instructor thinks are ready will pay a little bit more and come back and do the testing. So anybody who is a decent skier, first of all, ought to come on the weekends. It's a great time. And second, ought to think about trying to get Snow Sports Merit Badge. I think that I guess the only other announcement I'll make is we need parents to sign up to come to Goshen with us. Goshen is, for those of you who haven't gone, it's a 1 week sort of a skills time at Goshen Scout Reservation, and Jim Schlechter set a high bar because he would go all week to Goshen and then go do high adventure. I don't run my own business, and it's not in the cards for me. So I'm using 2 weeks of vacation to go to Philmont, and I'm going to go to Goshen for a little chunk, but I can't go for the whole week. And so, and in any event, even if I could, we still need a bunch of other parents to go and help out. I've got one person committed to go all week, and we'd love to get some more. And that's my last plug for now. Are there any other announcements that anybody's got? Jim, you or other parents? Okay. I'm not sure, Alex, if I'm supposed to turn this back over to you, or if we now declare the first court of honor closed and we go to intermission. What's that? Yeah, I think we leave the colors on, right?
Yeah, we're retiring from the end.
Good. So we'll just go into intermission. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. And tell them that,
all right, everybody. So this concludes our first court of honor. Any of you should have left that are in the Indian ceremony. You should have gone by now and done that. So okay, so everyone's dismissed. We have 10-minute intermission, and then we'll be back here in 10 minutes to start our Eagle Scout Court of Honor.
5 minutes of the hour.
That's 5 minutes within. Yep. Okay. Within the hour, please. All right. Thank you.